today, and we are taking calls. We're taking calls, we're taking tweets, I should say. We're taking emails, we are taking Facebook. So I will go through each one. You can, first of all, go to our website at thebocasoulcenter.com, and you could go to the page link, Lior?
Live radio show.
Yeah, the live radio show link, and at the bottom you will see a chat box. So that is one way that you can communicate with us today. Another way is to email us at bocasoulshow@gmail.com. In addition, you can tweet us at Boca Soul Show. And the other way is through Facebook at the Calypso Shah Spiritual Center link or page, and send us your comments. And we can, discuss it on the air. If it's something that is too involved, we might, refer it off the air. Finally, you should be aware you can call us right now at 888-565-1470. That's 888-565-1470. We are prepared to take calls today. We'll probably keep them to a couple minutes in length. If they get too involved, we'll take it off the air. So,
well, I just want to remind you that you can come to us and have a full session if you feel that you want to have more information. Right?
Yeah, that's great. And by the way, everyone who calls today who wants to have a session at the center will get 30% off.
Yes.
So
yes, special thing.
Absolutely. So, Calypso, you want to tell us, what our topic is today?
Well, I want to keep talking about the Bible. Whenever I want to talk about past lifetime, I feel drawn to the Bible. Ask me why.
Please tell us why. Please.
Yes, I'm guiding him. He's new. So, well, I think that a lot of generations based their ideas, based their ideas about life from the Bible. That's for, I'm going back to the Bible. So, and last time we talked about the history of human is based from the Bible. And we have Adam and Eve. They were created from mud, and God blew air in their nose. Very interesting.
Air in
it's
the
like
nose.
almost
Okay.
like a balloon and blow, and it's like he's there. Okay.
It's such an interesting story.
Yeah. And then they ate from the tree of knowledge, and they didn't become smarter. That's the funny thing. It said that the tree of knowledge, and they didn't start writing books and doing math and all kind of things. They suddenly got shamed. They look at themselves, they saw that they're naked, they were like, oh my God, I'm naked, what's going to happen here? Okay.
Shame.
So what does it mean?
Shame and guilt.
Shame and guilt. So I take from this that this tree was actually something that gave them feeling and not knowledge. It was more feelings. Okay, they started feeling shame, and they were actually rejected. They were kicked out. They were, God told them a lot of bad things about the future. It was not a happy situation. Okay? So now they go into a world where they don't have a wonderful garden with the fruits and the food and everything is set for them. They have to find food. They have to defend themselves. They feel rejected, unhappy, etc. And that's the beginning of humanity. Interesting. Now they have two sons. Do you remember the story about the two sons? Do you remember their names?
I think that I do. Cain and Abel.
Thank you, Stefan. Okay, so now the two new human would say, in no time, get jealous of each other, and one kill the other, right?
Mm-hmm.
And killed Abel. And it's very interesting, and you think, wow, that's the beginning of us. That's our start. Wow, interesting. So then I'm looking more in the Bible, and I see that for a few generations, they just say this person was born to this one, and this was born to this one, no mentioning women at all. How could it be?
Yeah,
Right.
an oversight.
Oversight. Well, the thing is that they had two sons. Think about it. They had two sons. You assume that from them they will begin to be like, let's say 4 sons, so it'll be 2 daughters, 2 sons, whatever. And they will have more and they will have more, and this is how they will reproduce naturally. But no, it's like 1 son and then another son, there's another son. And then the fifth generation, they mention 2 wives. Where they came from, these wives. Interesting. Okay, so they came, and then the next one they mentioned first time a sister, Naama. Okay?
Okay.
And then you think, well, Adam and Eve already gone, right? Generation after generation after generation, they don't mention them. Suddenly we have Adam and Eve appearing, but now her name is not Eve, her name is wife. Okay? So now we are in a situation where they have a baby.
Right.
Happy birthday. Seth.
Interesting.
Interesting. So I'm going through this. I know it's not a Bible class. I'm just wanting to bring my point. Now, she's saying that God gave her this son instead of Abel, her son that died.
Mm-hmm.
And when I looked at it, I thought, oh my God, this is very clear reincarnation. How somebody can replace a son? You could say, he gave him, God gave me another son. She said, replace. He got me instead. So for me, I understand now that this is a good, and this is in the 4th chapter of the Bible already, we see reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
And now something is happening, they start making it more natural and normal. He has a son, and his son name is Enosh. And Hebrew Enosh means human.
Mm-hmm.
Humanity. So now we begin to understand that there is humanity start going on, and they say, and then they start believing in God. But one part that I missed, I'm going to tell you, is this. I do numerology. Numerology? Right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And in numerology, the name of Seth in Hebrew, obviously, is 7. Now remember 7 days?
7 days.
Week. What happened after the 7th day?
You rest.
And you, after, a new week starts.
A new week starts, yes.
Okay. So a new week starts, so it means that now we begin with something new. So Seth actually brought the new thing. She said that God gave her seed, another seed instead of Abel. Seed and numerology is 7 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we start seeing what's going on, right? There is something developing, a new thing. So was the incident in Eden, then they went out, then some generation go not naturally, nothing is natural there, and then we have Seth and his son that is Enosh, which is human, and then things start again.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually they mention again, and Adam and his wife, they were created male and female, and then they had sons and blah, blah, blah. That, now they begin to create a story that make more sense to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is, in all the story that I'm bringing here, I think it's very important for us to understand.
And I'm sure there's going to be a connection about past lifetimes at some point.
Definitely.
And probably kids.
Exactly. So before that, when I was reading it, and they would say, well, this was born to this was born to this, they were not. There's no normal thing. There's no somebody born and it's the connection. Now we have, from this moment, we have generations, okay? This person had sons and daughters, this person have sons and daughters, but we understand that now human can fix themselves by using reincarnation. It's mean that if you did wrong, or somebody did wrong to you, you can come back. Now, my thought was about Cain. Well, he was the only one who was left, and he started having family. How come God is giving the power to create this world to a murderer? Thought about it?
I'm sure he had some redeeming qualities. I mean, unfortunately he killed his brother, but
He was jealous. Yay, jealousy. For God's sake.
Jealousy, the big one.
Right. So, I mean, now we go through the Bible, and I'm not going to go through it all because it's not Bible class, it's just a point. And we see that each one of people that are very important for us in the Bible, they had fault. They suffer from jealousy, from low self-esteem, from all kind of feelings, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we understand that this is part of us. So part of us is feeling all that. But what happened? We did something that was wrong, according to the Bible, that made us go to this. We all want to go back to Eden.
Mm-hmm.
We want to go to the place where we started. Kind of fix the mistake, right? It's like almost it was a mistake, and now we want to fix it. So we basically want to start clearing things. Now, if I'm saying that we reincarnate over and over and over again until we fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that today, most of us went through so many past lifetimes, so many parts of the history, and now we want to get to a point where we are going to fix it. You want to clear it. How we do it. So the connection to kids. Kids remember past lifetime. When they start talking, usually between the age 2 to 3, they definitely bring past lifetime stories.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know any story about this, Stefan?
Yeah, actually, well, I know that you spoke about a story, of someone in our extended family, and you explained that on the air. In addition, I recently saw a very interesting program on Netflix. It was a documentary, and it was about another culture, I believe in Nepal, where they, the spiritual leader, he was preparing to die, and then he passed away, and there were different rituals with that.
Yeah,
and then,
just the point, he gave all kind of signs. If you will reincarnate, which kind of things will be, and the new person.
Okay.
Just reminding you.
Okay, fair enough. And so then what happened was, after a certain amount of time, I think a couple of years, then they went and they went searching through the different villages until they found a child who, they found a child that showed, that he knew, or he had, it was like he was that person. He had information that no one else could possibly know. Right. About, So from that, they had a whole system how they test and they screen, and they concluded that he was the reincarnation of that spiritual leader.
Right.
And he ended up coming back to the center, the temple or whatever, where they train and they bring them up, and then, unfortunately they have less contact with their family, but
Right.
So that, interesting from another culture, in the Buddhist culture, but they very much believe in past lifetimes.
Definitely. And it makes it much easier because many times when a child, excuse me, when a child knows about past lifetime, but nobody believes them, they push it away. They block it, but this lifetime then can come and be in the way.
Right.
So it was a story about a child in India that is, when he started talking, he said to his parents, I am this and this person from this and this place. And he gave complete list of names and everything. And, they believed him but didn't. And then one day they decided to check it out, and they actually took him to the house, and he went into the house, and he knew exactly what is going on there. And after that, this is it. After he saw it and he talked to them, he stopped talking about it and he just relaxed. It just didn't bother him anymore.
Which time period and place was this, Calypso?
This is this century. Sometimes I don't remember.
Okay.
Not a long time ago.
Incidentally, finish your thought.
No, that's okay.
So I just wanted to, we're getting close to a break. So I just wanted to, again, let everyone know that we are live. We are taking calls across multiple media. So very exciting opportunity to our listening public all over South Florida and beyond, all over the internet universe. Again, to please go to www.bocasoulcenter.com and go to the chat box link in the radio program page. Also go to bocasoulshow@gmail.com and email us. We are monitoring. Go to Twitter at Boca Soul Show. That's SOUL Show. Go to Facebook at Calypso Shah Spiritual Center link or page. And finally, please call us at 888-565-1470 now. Please call now, and we will take your calls. We could go for a break. We'll be back shortly.
At Calypso Shah Spiritual Center, learn how your past lives are affecting your present experience in this planet. Calypso will read your past life's experiences and help you overcome personal issues, grow spiritually, and find inner peace. Call to schedule an appointment at 561-808-9108. Service provided by Calypso Shah Spiritual Center, 561-808-9108. Our community is growing every day, and our show streams through iHeartRadio to any place in the world. Don't lose the opportunity to advertise during our show. Call at 561-808-9108. With a nationwide knowledge in the real estate market, Stefan Statlander will give you the best tools available in the market to make that real estate transaction a breeze. Buying, selling, renting, personal or commercial. Stefan is a broker associate and has the experience and reliability you have been looking for. Brokerage with Stateland Brown, LLC. Call to set up an appointment at 561-572-1911.
And welcome back to the Boca Soul Show. We've been talking with Calypso, who's been telling us, from the Bible, some stories about kids and, past lifetimes.
Yes.
And, we'll share some more great ideas and tidbits. And again, we are waiting for your calls. This is a live radio show. We are streaming. By the way, I forgot to mention that through the iHeartRadio app, you can stream on your mobile device. Look for the Boca Soul Show, and you can watch us live right now as we speak. So, again, you can call 888-565-1470. You can tweet us at Boca Soul Show. You can Facebook us at Calypso Shah Spiritual Center page. You can chat with us on bocasoulcenter.com. And you can email us at bocasoulshow@gmail. So, sounds like we might have a call. Okay. Meanwhile, Calypso, is there something you want to tell us right now?
Well, I want each one of you that listen today to think about something that happened to you when you were very little, that you remember or somebody else remember. Somebody else remind you about your childhood, a time where you were saying something that is not logic to your life, something different.
Mm-hmm.
And just think about it, and if you want, you can write it to us.
Calypso, I believe we have a call right now.
Okay. You ready?
What's that?
Hey, yes, how you doing?
Yeah, caller,
Hello.
you're on the air.
Yes, how you doing?
Very
I have
good.
a simple question. You brought up the Bible. Are you Jewish?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you a question. As a Jew, I'm Jewish myself. Doesn't it say in the Torah that there shouldn't be any fortune telling or divination or anything to do like that, like magical type stuff? Isn't there a prohibition against that?
Well, actually, we're not telling future. We're talking about some past life ideas, some spiritual ideas. We're actually not trying to get into religion. We're just using the Bible as a source. But Calypso, do you want to respond?
I'm very fan of the Bible and the Kabbalah, and I don't tell future to people. Actually, this was one of the first things I said when I start my program. I usually use my intuition to help people to see better their life and improve their life.
But you agree with me that there's a prohibition in the Torah against it?
Yes.
Yeah,
But-
because it's definitely goes against normative Judaism, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But, I feel that if God created, gave me this intuition and this ability to see, I can help people. It's not like I'm sitting there and telling people what will happen in the future and disturbing their path. I'm like almost like therapist, but not therapist, like using this to help them to understand
Well,
obstacles.
you consider yourself a psychic, though, correct?
Yeah, you call it psychic, but I don't use it as. I can say that I'm not using future. This is a thing that I think is a big thing in a Torah.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. One more thing, you said you were on a kibbutz. Which kibbutz were you on?
Say it again.
Which kibbutz? He's asking.
Kibbutz Moshe Sadeh in the desert of Israel.
Oh, okay. All right, I really appreciate your help. I'm just saying that, according to my understanding, you got to be very, very careful with any type of psychic phenomena.
Yeah, thank you so much for talking with us and telling us.
Thank you very
and it's
much.
true. You're right about that. Okay.
Well, we just got a caller who gave us, his feelings about how it relates to Judaism. But of course, this program is not about religion per se. The program is about spirituality and about different ideas. Using intuitive abilities to improve yourself, because everyone has intuitive abilities, and
Exactly.
and to be honest, if God didn't mean it to exist, we wouldn't have it. So
Right. And I think we all aware that we have intuition, and I hear stories from every person that I meet. You know what I felt? This feeling. I felt like I shouldn't go into my car. I felt this and I felt that. And actually, we want to learn people to listen to their intuition.
right.
Intuition doesn't mean we're reading future. It doesn't mean that we try to predict the future. And I know that many people come and ask, please, can you tell me my future? And I would like to know the future, but in the same time, no, I don't want to, because I want to let the process go by itself, not push things.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a great question that the caller had, of course, from a specific perspective. You know, we appreciate that, but we, you know, again, this is not about religion. This is about learning some ideas in spirituality, about using intuitive skills to get information. And you know, we know that not everyone will be pleased with, you know, everyone is more than entitled to have an opinion. You know, it's a free country, and that's fine.
Well, I think I want to refer to the word psychic. I know that the word psychic means to most people somebody that read the future. Maybe I shouldn't use it, say intuitive, intuit, I don't know. Maybe I should use other words, but I definitely think that people need to go through a process and heal themselves. But I think it's important for us to know what happened to us in the past. I know many people say, well, I don't care about the future, about the past. Yeah, well, the past is the past, I'm moving on, but if the past left mark on you, you need to do something about it.
Right.
And this is what I see in past lifetime, that people go through some traumas, some lifetimes that change them and evolve, make them be the person that they are, and they can change it.
Right.
Can
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us about, you know, what kind of changes are we trying to accomplish here? I mean, what are some examples of, you know, how people are, you know, I don't know, but, you know, how would you would use the intuitive skills to give them something to help them?
Well, I can see past lifetime of people. So when I see the past lifetime, usually the past lifetime that I see is the one that repeated many times, and is it crucial for them to know in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that they don't have other things that they have to see, but God guides teacher, spiritual teacher will let me see what is it for that moment necessary for them to know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually very accurate, because they say, yeah, you know what, I'm really struggling with a relationship, really I'm struggling with work, with my self-esteem. I just lost my mom, I can't, you know, like, it's like stories of humanity, of human, you know, like so many stories. I can't just tell you everything, but most of the time, when I tell them what they were in past lifetime and what they affect on them, they on the dime, and I'm serious. I saw just last week a few incidents like this, that people on the dime, in question of very few hours, completely changed. They completely changed. It was like a person worried about this and about that and about relationship and I told them, this person in your past lifetime was this kind of influence on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's over. It's not anymore. Let go. And since they were ready, and I believe they were ready, I don't try to convince people that are not ready. They need to be ready to let go. It's just like they just changed. Like in front of my eyes, I could see the light in the face. I see the pastor is different. They talk different and say, wow, I got it. You know, so this is like, it's amazing. It's like, for me, it's like almost a miracle.
So this, to borrow from a political slogan, you know, change you can believe in.
Yeah. I am surprised by myself, because I know how strong it is, but I realized lately, because I obviously am working more and more and meeting more people, I am shocked by myself. So I'm surprised. It's like, whomever is bringing this ability to me and whomever is opening the door to these people is amazing. I mean, I'm just channeling it, but it just, you know, you can change your life, and people think all the time that they need to work really, really hard to change.
Right.
A lot of people, and we see like the story from the Bible when, you know, Adam and Eve they left Eden they need to work hard. God told them, you're going to work really hard to get what you want.
Right.
Now we get to a time where you don't really have to work so hard as in the past. You know, you can sit and just touch the computer and like, you don't work really hard. But I see many people that have this working very hard from past lifetime, like working in a farm or living very hard life, that they feel like even now they have to work really hard. So if it's not really hard work, they will work hours and hours and hours and hours to do something you can do in 5 minutes.
Right.
Because they have this mentality. So I see how you, like, and then you tell them, you know, in past lifetime you were working, you were a farmer, you're working really hard, but you know what? Now you have technology. You don't have to work so hard. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize, you know. So it's like every story that you want to hear and every story in the planet that exists today, you can take and just open the eyes of people. And I'm saying again, people that come to me are people that want to, are ready to.
Right. Well, Calypso, I recall it, you know, perhaps in the first program you might have spoken about some of your history, but where you really got started. I mean, because today, ladies and gentlemen, you're talking to the founders at the Calypso Shah Spiritual Center, so this is a great chance. You know, we both know the story, what happened in the past 20 years, so we can bring a little bit to the public. We've traveled extensively all over the country, and 3 coasts actually. My Calypso's from the Middle East, and you know, it was there actually that you kind of discovered that ability. Although you were a mystical, Kabbalistic, you know, a person who read the Psalms and things like that, but in Israel, interestingly, through some publicity that came about, happened to be in the Jerusalem Post and the Maariv, that you know,
Ranana newspaper.
yeah, and there was a local newspaper in Ranana. This was back in '96, so a while ago. 18 seems like a lifetime ago.
Yes.
And you know, and people were literally calling. You know, I mean, it was like you know, they were calling the station, or I should say the newspaper.
Yeah.
You know, to get our number and going to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
And these were people from all walks of life in Israel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, definitely. Sorry. Well, I think since very young age, I have premonition. I saw things that can happen. I realized that people are not the way that we thought that they are, but I didn't have any proof. I didn't have a reference to support it. So, you know, so it took me a few good years. Like I said, in the first time I went to Uruguay, and then I met a different psychic. Probably this psychic are doing what our caller said is not allowed, saying future and stuff like that, reading the cards. But it was for me another point of view. I suddenly see something that was new for me. And I think I feel like Abraham almost, Abraham, you know, like the Israeli, like they were in the desert for 40 years, searching and going through a lot of turmoil until they got to their country, to the land, to the promised land.
Right.
Going through a lot of hard time with my condition that is fibromyalgia, which probably will bring it in more details in the future. And suffering a lot because I'm very sensitive. I'm feeling people around, and it's very hard. You know, it's not picnic to be me. But I just want to say that it was just a while ago that I was considering shutting my powers. I'm like, who wants that? You know, I'm just sick all the time. Who wants to know so much? Who wants to understand so much and feel so much?
Right.
And I made very strong decision not to. And I said, I want to be myself. I want to express it. I want to help to as many people that I can. And this is what I keep saying now to everybody, to myself, and to God. I want to help to as many people as possible in the world to understand themselves better, release all the things that they're carrying them with themselves, that they don't belong anymore to in their lives. And so I put myself, I got brave, I'm talking in the radio for God's sake. It's a little bit hard, but I'm doing it, so.
Well, before we take another break, Calypso, we have someone who came through chat on the website.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not sure if this question is something we can take on air, but I'll just let you know. So the person is asking, can you give insight into their relationship with their fiance, or would this be considered fortune telling? And there's no information about a name. It's anonymous.
Well, if we don't have any name or any indication even, we don't have to say the name on air, but I need the name to see the name to connect to the energy. And
Right.
I can tell the relationship, but I will refer to past lifetime that probably is repeating now.
Right.
So if somebody wants answers, they need to give me a name. I will not obviously say it out loud, but I need to see the name to connect to the energy.
Right.
Make sense?
Yes, it does, actually.
Okay.
So it's a little too anonymous.
Yeah. Well, but I appreciate the effort. I appreciate that.
And again, everyone, please, again, we are live. Connect with us, chat with us, tweet with us, Facebook us, call us, 888-565-1470. We are live in the Boca Soul Show with Calypso today. You might not always agree with everything we have to say, but at least we have something to say.
Yes,
So-
definitely we have something to say. And we are going to say it.
So, anything you want to tell us before we take a break?
Well, I just want to bring, if I have enough time, to bring a story of my new hairstylist that I just met this week, and she told me something amazing, and it's very connected to our show today. And she told me when she was 2, she went to her mom and she said, "Do you remember when I was your mom, I washed you in the sink?" And her mom was amazed because actually her mom used to wash her in the sink, but she didn't do it to this lady. So it is very obvious that her grandmother reincarnated in her, that she is a reincarnation of her grandmother. And this is, do we have a little bit more time or we have to go to the break? Because I have more to say, but I can't.
Take it a little longer.
Okay, so this is, there is a connection to the parents help me with this.
Yes. One
unripe-
second. Let me find the line.
The unripe fruit and the teeth of their sons will go bad. So it comes from the Judaism.
Right.
And it's very connected to the eating the apple, and the garden of Eden. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very obvious that if parents will do something wrong, it will affect their kids. But I'm coming from a point of view of reincarnation.
Right.
So whatever you teach your kids, good, bad, indifferent, if you will have to reincarnate as your own grandson,
Mhm.
which happen a lot,
Mm-hmm.
you will basically will deal with the consequence of what you did,
Right.
right? So whatever you taught them, they will try to teach you, because even when we resent our parents, we usually repeat what they did, or we try really hard to do the opposite, but we always come back to doing things
Okay.
that our parents taught us.
Okay, wonderful. All right, well, we'll take our break now, and we will be back shortly. Thank you.
With a nationwide knowledge in the real estate market, Stefan Statlander will give you the best tools available in the market to make that real estate transaction a breeze. Buying, selling, renting, personal or commercial. Stefan is a broker associate and has the experience and reliability you have been looking for. Brokerage with State Land Brown, LLC. Call to set up an appointment at 561-572-1911. Our community is growing every day, and our show streams through iHeartRadio to any place in the world. Don't lose the opportunity to advertise during our show. Call at 561-808-9108. At Calypso Shah Spiritual Center, learn how your past lives are affecting your present experience in this planet. Calypso will read your past life's experiences and help you overcome personal issues, grow spiritually, and find inner peace. Call to schedule an appointment at 561-808-9108. Service provided by Calypso Shah Spiritual Center, 561-808-9108.
Okay, well, welcome back to the Boca Soul Show. I am here with Calypso, and I am Stefan. We are both founders at the Calypso Shah Spiritual Center, located at Southwest 18th and Powerline Road. Incidentally, we didn't really talk today too much about that, so, let me just say a few words about the center. That it's a very exciting thing. It's a community-oriented thing. Right now we are at 6885 Southwest 18th Street, B2 and B3, which is next to Carrabba's on the water, surrounded by Boca Point. And the center there, I think you'll agree, you should come and visit. You should meet our manager, Martha. Just see the beauty all around us. I mean, this is beautiful Boca Raton.
A lot of birds. I just want to add, a lot of birds.
We have a lot of wildlife. We have turtles. We have big fish. We have, we have birds that like to look at us through the window, and we posted some of that on Facebook. We had a dove.
Yeah.
And, we are trying, and this is an idea that we're trying to express about our center, that we need to be in harmony, not only in ourselves and with the people around us, in our relationships, but also, with the other species, with nature itself. We need to find a way to be in harmony. And it's an idea that, many people, we're all running around, everyone has something to do, running from appointment to appointment, racing in our cars, when, we need to step back. We need to appreciate that we're alive. We need to appreciate that we're spiritual people. And, that there are different dimensions about us. And at the Calypso Shah Spiritual Center, we are encouraging these things and many more to happen. We have an exciting number of activities and programs that we are working on, planning. We are actually building a 359 square foot center at that location. The building already exists, but we're building out the the actual office space. We will be able to have healing treatment rooms for healing. We'll be able to have activities, seminars, special events, parties. We will have a place also, like a virtual center for other service providers. We're planning to have a membership program where you'll have a bundle of benefits, and the service providers will also be part of that. And so let's say you want different types of alternative health people. Stay tuned. We're actually, and that's another thing, we encourage people who let's say are artistic, creative, home-based entrepreneurs. artists, designers, healers, other types of intuitive people to please come forward and, let's see if we can make a fit for you in our community. Let's see if you'd like to participate. And as well, of course, we are encouraging people to pre-register, to sign up with name, email, phone number, go, for example, to our website or email us and or tweet us, let us know, and we will get you on our list. We will stay in touch.
Right.
And as we get this center built out, you will be involved. So if anyone has questions about the center, there's so many things we could talk about. Feel free to let us know through all of these media that we've spoken about. Chat us on the website, Boca Soul Center. Email us at bocasoulshow@gmail. Tweet us at Boca Soul Show. And Facebook us at Calypso Shah Spiritual Center. And finally, call us at 888-565-1470. We still have a little bit of time left. We can take, one or two calls. We can answer some questions. So, Calypso, anything you'd like to tell us right now?
Well, I want to, since we decided that we want to help people to know more nature and bring it into our life, we brought with us actually a cow. Okay. So when we talk with the radio people here, we say we want to bring animal, and they say, do not dare to bring any real elephant into our office.
Okay.
So, all right.
If we can
so
fit him
I
in the
had to go
elevator.
to Michael's and buy this one, okay? So this is a cow. Most of you know the cow. In the supermarket, you eat it. Some maybe are in, farms and no more. But we don't know that the cow has a lot of qualities that are important for us. So when I found about it, I actually stopped eating meat. But this is my decision. The cow is very connected to the motherhood. Did you know that?
That's interesting. How so?
Well, this is the quality of the cow, but remember the cow, for centuries we were drinking the milk of the cow. So our kids actually are growing on the cow energy. Can you imagine that? If you drink the cow, you get the energy of the cow
That is
into your body.
That is deeply moving, excuse the pun.
Yes. So I want you all to think about the cow today in a completely different way. It was a few things that I saw that make me change my mind and eat the cow, and I really appreciate them. I just saw maybe 2 weeks ago on Facebook, somebody put video of a cow. So there is an orchestra, guys. They drive by a field with cows, and they decide to start playing for them. Amazingly enough, the cows stopped doing whatever they did, stood in a row, listening to these guys playing. It was a trombone and our kind of instrument. I don't remember the names, but I was shocked. They were acting like more civil sometimes than human, listening to a concert. They were so they just stopped eating and listened. Can you imagine that?
So are we kind of learning something out about animals? And I'm sure that this idea relates to some way, a point you're trying to tell us.
There is a big point. The big point is this. All the animals and the plants and the crystals and everything on this planet is for us to use but not to abuse, and for us to appreciate each one of them as its own special energy that help us with something in life. And I just start reading about it, and I'm like, I can't believe it. It's like so many things that they can help us with. So I want to bring in all my shows, and in the future I'm going to have this MP3 self-hypnosis ones.
Uh-huh.
And there will be the animals and crystals and plants and, the four winds and all kind of things. And I want to incorporate them. I want us to begin to have them inside us and understand them and appreciate them. So this is one of my missions, besides helping people to clear their past lifetime, is to help us to connect to nature. Okay, so this is a cow. And then I have here the rosemary. Can you see it?
Rosemary.
The rosemary,
Mm-hmm.
which is, I love the smell. It's very good for cooking, and it's very good for protection. And I have it in the window of my kitchen. And whenever I look at it, I feel protected and happy because the smell is always there. So we have much more about this, but right now I just want to bring them to you to see. And then I have all kind of crystals that I appreciate a lot.
That stone looks like an elephant.
I'm not sure, but it's small enough.
We won't tell the
I
station
don't
manager.
know. It's a shape. Obsidian help to clear energy, help to psychic, help so many things. Each one of them has its own power, and I don't have so much time to talk about them, but I want you to see them and feel their energy and understand that we need them all. They need us, and we need them. And it's very, very important for us to connect to them, because we connect ourselves to our base. Because we were created from mud.
God. That's
From
all we were
Earth.
created from.
We were created from Earth. So Earth is bringing all this stuff to us. So we have to appreciate and take care of them. Actually, I think in the Bible, when they said that we can use them, they meant we can protect them, not abuse them.
Well, I bet you didn't know that Earth also came from stardust. So,
Oh, this is something you know very well.
but a long time ago. And I know Calypso, has a deep affinity for crystals, all of these ideas, and I know in future shows she will talk about things related to crystals.
And
Yeah.
actually doing some jewelry from crystals. So this is one of the things that I will do as well. And I will actually, to our center, will bring crystals and people that do some different things with crystals. So I'm very strong. I feel very strong that this is something we should use
Right.
in our daily life.
Right.
like a jewelry, like something you put on a table, on your desk, on anywhere.
Right. Yeah. I see one more thing over here that looks like a hamsa. Yeah, maybe we can explain to our listening public what is a hamsa.
If I can pick
For-
it up there.
Those that are not of the Jewish faith.
Yeah, you can explain, show them.
Okay. Well, so this is the hamsa, and the hamsa is like a good luck protection. This one has a picture of the Baba Sali, so it's a protection for, your household and your family and prosperity, all of these things.
Actually, the name of this rabbi that you said, he was very great rabbi. I don't remember from which country, but it was one of the African countries, and he was a very, very holy person that made a lot of miracles. And actually, I started becoming religious when I had dreamed with him.
About the Baba Sali.
I dreamed about him, and then I went to a lady that was starting to become religious, and where I lived, and I said, well, I had dreamed about him. I have no clue what does it mean. And she said, this means that you need to start searching for God. And I went to his home where, he was buried already, died, and I spoke with his son-in-law.
Well,
And this is how I start my path into religion.
this would be in Netivot, in Israel,
Exactly.
in the Negev desert.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, sort of in that area. That's interesting. Again, let's keep in mind we will bring ideas from from Jewish culture. It's our mother culture. It is our but at the same time, this is also a New Age oriented program. So, we're going to keep it more generic, and, again, it's not about a specific religion per se. So, Calypso?
I think we have to wrap it,
Okay.
right? I think we're getting close to our
Is the,
program.
Okay, we have 1 minute further. So again, let's just, since whoever called, thank you very much, and whoever chat with us, any way you want to get in touch with us, and obviously the rest of the week off the air, we strongly encourage you to get in touch with us through all of these media. Let me also add a phone number for off the air. 561-808-9108. And before we go, we have just moments, just an exciting thing. We are actually going to have an advertising campaign on Comcast across many stations, so please keep your eyes open, especially around the time of the playoffs. We should be having some very interesting nature-oriented commercials, and we think, let us know when you see it. Give us a call.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you very much for being with us today.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate all our listening public, everyone out there in cyberspace, all over the planet. We're so happy to connect with you and to, share. So, stay in touch until next week. This is the Calypso, the Boca Eclipse. Okay, the Boca Soul Show here in beautiful Boca Raton, and I'm Stefan, and Calypso, and Lior has been helping. So, stay safe, be well, and have a spiritual day.
Thanks for listening to Boca Soul, featuring Calypso,